Yep. We're gonna see how the Falchion works as a weed cutter, I guess.
Absolutely. And he's going to have to cut these weeds because Piranha Plant is...
And there she goes, already starting out. Just
35 from a neutral B to dash attack. Chrom going in for those dash attacks though, or dash attack into side B.
Using those projectiles to try and stay out of the way of that Falchion. Landing over all the way at the other side of the stage.
Kind of interesting movement from Chrom we're seeing here. I'm not sure if he has a full match character or even trying to direct where his sword is going.
Piranha, yep, and we've seen Piranha Plant ducking around that edge as well.
And seeing this for a fact, he's went ahead and started taking...
Oh, that's going to set him into the smash
That was
zone.
nasty, 12 gauge, come on, man. See, taking advantage though of the fact that Chrom can't really get around these spike balls. I want to say that's a beautiful read though from Android. That was awesome.
Ooh, keeping up with them spike balls.
Okay, Uber getting a little upset because of what's going on, but we've already got Android. We got 12 gauge. We got a game here, folks.
Ooh, helicoptering back onto the edge, but Chrom is going to...
Chrom just saying, I'll take damage. You know what? I'll take your death though at the same time. So, I mean, kudos to him, really.
Getting a little smart about those spike balls too. We're seeing him shielding. Because they're annoying, but they're constant. And that's going to lay on damage.
And Chrom really getting a majority of his damage from this forward smash here. Going to go ahead and take trades with it all the time. Didn't go to ledge there, a little bit risky maneuver. Fortunately, did not get punished for it, and a nice 26% from that up B. I mean, it's just reliable at this point, guys.
Seems like also we're seeing Android here has gotten wise about the
spike balls.
Spike balls, yep, keeping his distance, but not quite wise enough as we see a nice one land there.
Good air dodge, didn't quite get all the way past him. Ooh, that down B though, nice. Catching Chrom out of the air, and the 12 gauge knows what to look for with that down B, catching him mid up B, and Chrom going to go ahead and lose that. Android though, playing very wise to these spike balls. Dodging them, just kind of working around them and not letting himself get into this trap once again. 12 gauge is probably using the move a little too much, and missing the ledge like that, you are going to get hard punished every time.
Absolutely. But still, ooh, a nice 33% right away from 12 gauge.
Like, Piranha Plant does not feel like a DLC character, but that neutral B does. Like, come on, man.
Yep. Breaking out of that charged B with that spike ball too.
Android's just taking the trades, going for taking the spike ball damage to deal a forward smash. I mean, pretty smart, honestly, considering the fact of how much damage you're getting out of it.
Oh, those spikes might take that third stock. But keeping center stage we're seeing here.
Absolutely. Chrom does not want to leave the center stage. He just wants to combo the opponent back and forth all the way across and just never leave that spot. That is his, and he is never leaving.
Because there's hardly any gradient at all between these damages right now, but one spike ball could be the end of Android.
Oh, absolutely. Just one off stage, or even one mid stage, and it could kill.
But then at the same time, all we need is a couple of... Ooh!
Should have went for the forward smash there, and that spike ball's going to take it.
Yep, there we go. Them spike balls, MVP of this match.
12 gauge filling himself, even though that turned out to be a really close map. We'll see how Android, I guess, adapts in this second game. Maybe going for a stage with platforms, just trying to get himself any protection from those falling spike balls, because they are brutal to Chrom's brains.
Yep, Chrom, looks like Chrom is no Seymour Krellborn.
Oh, absolutely. He needs a helmet. Get that man a helmet if he's going to be on the battlefield.
Seymour Kromborn?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Listen, I was in my high school's production of Little Shop. I know what's up.
Now I'm not sure about this one because Piranha Plant, she's a pretty heavy fighter, no offense, and can survive a lot of hits. Chrom, on the other hand, one good gimp and Town and City is just a killer for him. Even though he does have the high and the low platforms, he can consider recovering to instead of the ledge if that so suits his fancy.
Now that being said, we see our players maintaining. Although those platforms may be beneficial for Chrom to get around these spike balls here.
Absolutely. I mean, he could use them for cover, or he could just use them for combo. And I think, that spike ball just barely missing. If it did 2-frame him, that could have been in a very early stock. Going for the jab, trading with the neutral air, and very smart from Chrom. He's found an option that actually beats the spike ball. 12 gauge realizing this, deciding to be a little bit more defensive how he does it, and that didn't hit. Come on, man. 12 gauge had the read with the dash attack, or the get up attack, and just did not land it. Ooh.
Ooh.
That back air, changing the direction
feels
Chrom would
bad.
be facing, and that just straight up killed him.
Yeah, unfortunate.
12 gauge is feeling pretty comfortable right here, just kind of zoning him out with spike balls. Nice parry though from Android. We got to see more of those, and then perhaps punishes if we're going to see a comeback in this game.
Absolutely, just keep parrying those spike balls, buddy, and you can get back on it.
That armor though, like, can we talk about that? Like, he just went straight through that spike ball, cut down the plant while he was at it, and cutting down this stock of plants. Although 114 for Android, that doesn't look great. I'm surprised he hasn't gone for a counter at all, especially if he gets hit above or below, right next to him with that up B or down B. Like,
that's right, Fire Emblem characters. You know, they're
I know, we haven't seen a single one.
Horribly remarkable for their down B counter, but we have not seen that.
That was actually there's the counter. A little mistimed on Chrom's part, but you know what? That's okay. That happens.
Listen, he's trying his best.
Now, I'm curious if Chrom's counter is actually fast enough to hit the retreating plant head from a Piranha plant, because that down B will dodge a lot of counters if you try and hit it. So you got to do it while you're right next to him to make sure you hit that body. And
Certainly.
just another down B. 12 gauge is playing excellently, just keeping him out, and this might be a real quick two-stock from 12
trying
gauge.
to box him out right into the smash zone.
12 gauge just trying his best to stay on.
And that's gonna do it. That's game.
That was pretty. First stock was a little shaky from 12 gauge, but I think he really got that download on the Chrom and just got ready for that Piranha plant though.